So, guys, it's time to tell a story. And this one's a little bit of a funny one. My wife thinks so too. So, my wife and I moved here in Utah very recently. January was the date that we moved here. So, we were very new to the area. So, moving here, we decided we wanted to get a pet. We argued for a little bit about what kind of pet to get. I wanted to get a dog. My wife wanted to get a cat. So we compromised. We got a cat. So we went to the Humane Society a couple times trying to decide which animal to get. And the first time we went there, we looked at a bunch of kittens, found some, but they weren't hitting home. One, because there was a kitten there with its twin kitten, and my wife says we take 2 or we take none. So we took none. That's where I get to make some decisions. So we decide to come back, and we went into the area that is locked off, and it's where a lot of the strays are put before they get monitored, before they're able to be sold. But we snuck back into there because we didn't know that the door was supposed to be locked and closed. It was wide open, so we went in. We saw this little Siamese cat, cute little cat, and I was like, I like this one. And my wife's like, I love this one. So we got the cat. But we had to wait 2 days because we weren't supposed to be in there. We had to wait for the evaluation. We had to make sure nobody was going to come back and say, this is our cat. So we waited 2 days. We come back and we find out that the cat needs to get spayed. But we can take her home early that day and bring her back tomorrow to get spayed. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll take the cat early. I'm pretty anxious to get a new pet. So we take the cat home. First, I guess we should say, they offered us a cat carrier to rent one, and we decided, yeah, we'll go ahead and rent one. We rented it for $5, but I didn't use the cat carrier. I decided, I'm just going to carry the cat, because why? It's a cat. Cats are fine. You can carry cats. So carried it out to the car. It's a little timid, but it wasn't too bad. So we get in the car, and cat starts freaking out a little bit, decides to jump off my lap, go down under the dash, and it tries to crawl up into the dash. Luckily, I got hold of its back legs, and I'm able to pull it out and pull it back on my lap, and it's like, okay, maybe I can't go down there. My wife gets in the car, we start driving away. We get to our apartment complex, it's only about a 5-minute drive, and we start to get out. My wife's like, hey, let's put the cat in the cat carrier. I said, no, it's fine, I'll hold the cat. Should have put the cat in the cat carrier. You get out, there's a loud noise just up the street. Freaks the cat out. It starts doing this sort of barrel roll in my arms, scratching me because this thing has claws. This is no kitten. This cat was a year old. This thing just starts barrel rolling in my arms, hits the ground, takes off. I look at my wife, she looks at me and says, oh no. So we take off after this cat. First place it goes, under somebody's car. So we're like, okay, we can trap it. So she goes on one side of the car. I go on the other side. We get down, it starts prowling around, it, boom, takes off. Couldn't get it. One, I don't know what would have happened if I did get it. So I didn't lose my face there, that's fine. Takes off towards the edge of the apartment complex. Now, mind you, we live in a small apartment complex that has a fenced-in area, and it's not the type of fence that you can go through. You have to go over it. Well, this cat hits the corner and starts trying to go up the side. Couldn't do it, thank goodness, because I start freaking out thinking, oh crap, that's $75 just gone. My wife's thinking, oh crap, our cat's gone. You can tell where our minds were at that point in time. So this cat couldn't do it. There's a tree right next to it. So what's it do? It bolts right up the tree. So I'm sitting there. I run up to the tree. I look at my wife, who's about 30 feet behind me, and I point up, and she goes. So the cat's up the tree, and I'm debating in my head whether or not to climb this tree and go and get that cat. I don't know what would have happened if I got up there. What's the cat going to do? Say, okay, you got me, and come down? No! But my mind is, my wife's gonna kill me if I don't try and get this cat. So I take a step towards the tree, look at my wife, boom! I look down and the cat fell out of the tree and is laying there on its back. Its nose is scraped, so it's bleeding, and it just has claws out, just hissing at me like I'm trying to eat the cat. Like, he is so angry. So I don't know what to do. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is my opportunity to get this cat. So what do? I reach down and I try and grab it by the back of the neck. Why? Because when I was a kid, I always saw vets. They grab it by the back of the neck and they say, if you grab it by the back of the neck, it won't move. It like paralyzes them. That is not true. So I grab it by the back of the neck and it, life-fearing, starts flinging. So I, as from my wife's point of view, am in this big while just trying to get this cat to stop moving. And it's just flinging around, cat up here. I drop it a couple times, look around, grab the cat again. Finally, I got it at a point where it's like, its claws are embedded in me, but I've got the cat and it's not moving as much anymore. I look down and I am covered in blood, cat pee, and cat poop from about here all the way down to my feet. That's when the smell hit me and I almost lost it. I have a really strong gag reflex. It doesn't happen very often. I almost threw up for probably the first time in my life due to a smell. So the wife comes over and she grabs the cat, holding it, and it's fine. It just hated me. So I decided, okay. So I am livid. I had my new jacket on. I had brand new jeans on. We had just gotten to Logan. I bought some new clothes because we got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. And I am livid. So we go back in and we put the cat in the cat carrier and we sat down and started talking. Like, what are we going to do? And I said, absolutely not. Not after this happened, because what happens the moment it gets out the door, it's gone. I will not go through this again. So I made a decision. We're not keeping the cat. She's upset, but she agrees that, you know, it's probably not the best decision for us to keep this cat. So, within 45 minutes of bringing this cat home, we take it back to the Humane Society. After a change of clothes, of course. And a brutal washing of my thumb, and I should probably say the cat sliced my thumb up pretty bad. I lost a fingernail a month and a half later due to infection. It was disgusting. So, moving on, we take the cat back. And they look at us like, what in the world? Because this cat's bleeding. I mean, its nose is scraped up. It's like kind of flayed a little bit. And they decide, you know, okay, so why are you guys back so soon? Where the other lady sitting there that sold us the cat's like, oh, no. Because she knows what happened. So I get it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, we can't take it, just things are bad. Normally, I know you have a full refund policy. I can't accept a full refund, but I'll take the 80% refund. They're like, okay, that's fine. So I got $60 back in the mail 4 months later, but I got the money back finally. And at that point, my wife and I decide, you know, what are we going to do at this point? Because we still want an animal. She's working full time. I'm not home the day she's not home. She wants an animal. I'm like, we're not getting an animal. She's like, well, what if we get a dog? So we compromised and we got a dog.